And here we go, Dan.
What you gonna do?
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, don't run away from your feelings. Don't run away from your feelings. Don't run away from. You're not entertained. Don't run away from your feelings.
Alrighty, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the FooL and Friends, episode 25. We're back in the building due to all the craziness going on, and here we are, back where we belong, holding it down. We got
a shot?
Huh?
Get him a shot.
We got Brother Latino Heat over here with his loud ass phone.
What up, bro?
We got Chuck in the building doing that. Give him a round of applause to everybody. And then Big Red is here.
What up?
What up? Can this camera right here in front of you, can you turn it just that way? There you go. Perfect. Stop. Right there. Perfect. Go back. Right there.
Can't wait to try this.
Doesn't burn at all.
That's crazy, man.
Perfect. Don't touch
Oh, look,
it.
I hear myself now.
Be careful with this camera here.
Oh.
Alrighty, we're here, guys. So Aruba unfortunately cannot be with us this evening. He is ill. So we apologize for him for not being here. And Bodega Pirate, he should be in soon, allegedly.
He's late as always.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Jofer, so we're going to give him a soft round of applause. Soft.
We got to wait for him to get the shot. Oh, shit. Did you pour his?
Yeah, did you pour his? We'll wait for that.
We'll mix it around. I only have...
All right, so we're going to go ahead and actually jump right into it. For all my gamers, we all know we do some of the gaming news in the beginning. And one of the big things we like here is fucking Apex. And Apex Season 5 has officially started as of Tuesday this week.
Apex.
I want to give them a round of applause. Because Apex Season 5 so far is turning to be very damn good.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Loba.
Yeah,
It's pretty
dude.
awesome.
Loba. Wow.
Way better than Revenant.
Yeah, she outshining Revenant a
Sorry,
lot.
Respawn, but Revenant kind of sucks.
I mean, he don't suck. He's just, there's other better people. You know, you have other options that are better.
That's true.
What it boils down to. So with Season 5, as Chuck mentioned, we got Loba. She is the new addition. She got a teleport. She can pull loot to her, which is dope as fuck. She can see colors. She can see purples and legendaries. If y'all play the game, that's the best shit. And she can see the shit through walls if she's close enough. Like, she's great. She's fucking great. And shout out for us, the Hispanic community, because she's another dope ass Hispanic character in the game.
Yay.
Yeah, so and Rob, shout out to the devs for her, because man, she's cool. Like, I'm gonna give them a round of applause. She's good. But one of my favorite things that they have a quest now for the season, and it's gonna bring you more of the lore of their world.
Okay.
And you actually don't have to worry about fighting other players for the mission. You play together, you complete the mission, which I was like, fucking finally. That's cool. And the incentive, though, is like there's a treasure that Loba's after, so she's, almost employing the other players or the other, Apex Legends to help her out. So it's pretty cool. Like, and there's apparently going to be a big reveal at the end of the whole thing.
Some titties or something?
They've also added some dialogue between characters, too, because, like, Revenant, I guess, killed Loba's parents, I think it was, in the story arc.
Yeah, so, hold up. Shout out to them. Did you hear the actual voice line they gave him?
I forget what it was, but
okay.
It was kind of twisted.
So I'm going to try to run through this as quickly as possible. So for Apex fans and non-Apex fans alike can understand. So the character Loba, as a kid, there's a guy named Revenant. He was an assassin. He shot up her parents. as they're having like dinner or whatever. Like, nope, you don't know much about her dad. At least as far as I don't know, there might be knowledge out there, but overall, he assassinates him, kills her mom and her dad, and she's there and she's crying, little girl. And that was his trailer for when he got released. Like, they showed that whole scene. It was dope as fuck. And so we're all like, oh, she's probably gonna be a character later. Sure enough, she is. If you're playing together on the team with Loba and Revenant, they have some lines specifically for each other in the game. If you're doing your hot and you become the kill leader, people will say shit, your characters, your teammates, and they'll recognize that you're the kill leader. Well, if they're on the same team and she becomes the kill leader, he's like, "That's okay, don't worry. I still have 2 over you, your mom and your dad." I was like, "Yo, that's some Joker level shit right there." Like, because shout out to fucking the Arkham series if you never played it, amazing series. But Arkham Knight, the Joker is in Arkham Knight. And the way they implemented into him is amazing. I'm not going to spoil it, but he's in there. And some of the shit he says, he references killing his parents a lot.
It's a very dark arc for Batman.
Like,
it's one of my favorite ones.
And
honestly.
that Mark Hamill's last time is
yes, dude.
And also Kevin Conroy.
He's one of the best Jokers of all time.
He's the best voice actor Joker by far, and one of the best.
Yeah,
yeah, I put him up there with the rest because
his laugh is creepy.
He made it his own.
Yeah.
And when I think Joker, ultimately, he's one of the first ones that comes to mind. Just because, like you said, the laugh and the voice. And when you play that game, like, do yourself a favor. If you've never played Arkham Knight, pick it up. It's dirt cheap by now. But there's a point where you can listen in to an answering machine that's in Wayne Tower. And if you cycle through the messages, there's some great ones in there. And it's fucking hilarious.
I'll have to go back and do that. I missed it, but I still have that game.
So, and also with Apex, they also tweaked one of my favorite characters, my main character that I play with all the time, Mirage. He's fucking amazing. Now when he can control his clone, because he shoots off clones where, to fake out people. And Chuck is a witness. I've juked the shit out some people.
It's pretty much your favorite character.
Before.
That's your main.
Yeah, like before, I've juked the living shit out of people with him. Like, I'll shoot the clone, they'll start shooting at it while I'm running the other way. Like, I've fucked some people over, but now you actually control the shit.
Okay.
So, like, he mimics what you're doing. So he looks...
okay.
Yeah, so, like, he literally is copying everything you do, but he's somewhere else.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's awesome.
And he also now, when he revives a teammate, he stealths. You can't see him. So you can revive a teammate in the... I've seen video clips already of him reviving people in the middle of a firefight. Like, motherfuckers are running back and forth, shooting each other, and all you see is the person slowly rezzing his teammate. It's so awesome, bro. I fucking love the game. Shout out to them. Season 5 is pretty fucking dope.
The changes that they did, the updates to the characters are really nice.
Yeah,
except
go
for
ahead
Pathfinder, they kind of fucked him over a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Pathfinder's the only downfall. His grappling hook takes, I think, 35 seconds now to recharge instead of 15 seconds. Caustic Goo's my main. When you throw down a gas can, like usually it would slow down your teammates because all the gas gets in the air and everything. But now it doesn't, so they finally changed that. So it's a little more balanced.
Very welcome.
And I don't think it activates through the doors anymore, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, you can't activate on the other side of the door, so that's
nice.
also nice.
What else did they do?
Oh, and they brought back some of the older add-ons to it.
Right, yeah, the hop-ups. They brought back the Skull Piercer for the Wingman
Which
and
made
Longbow.
your pistol, your headshots were doing more damage, basically. Okay.
Yeah, that gun's pretty much like a pistol sniper as it is.
It's fuck.
You can pick people off across the map. Yeah, exactly. Like Halo 1.
It does.
Halo 1 pistol,
It gives me the vibe of the old school Halo 1 pistol a little
I used
bit.
to use that bitch like two.
Imagine if they
That's all you
did
needed, man.
like
Pistol
imagine
shotgun.
that pistol, but like almost like a Desert Eagle, like with the strength
Right.
of a Desert
Shit.
Eagle. That's what the Wingman is.
Hey, what was that game that we used to play with Halo? It was Bazooka.
Oh, it was rocket.
Rockets and-
Yeah, rocket pistols.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a
Rocket
pretty common
pistol.
one.
The only two items you
That's a
have.
good variant.
The only two items you
We
have.
played it at Thug Mansion.
And Blood Gulch was the fucking
fuck
map,
yeah.
dude.
Shit.
God, those.
Those were the days.
I miss those days, man.
That was the first LAN game from a console.
Yeah, it was the
That was
first
my
like
first
big,
one myself,
bigger
yeah.
one, I would say.
It changed the game. Like, you'd be in another room yelling at each other. Then, like, after the match, everybody runs into the hallway and
discusses like, shit.
I remember doing that with Team Fortress and Counter-Strike back in the day.
Counter-Strike.
That, Oh, my God. It would be me, my uncle, and all his friends, and we'd be in separate rooms at a house just playing Counter-Strike.
Dude, shout out to my my friends Tim and Alan. Alan's my longtime friend. I've known him since I was like 3, essentially.
Right.
And we used to play Halo at Tim's house, and he would just set up the screen on the back porch. We would just get shit-faced drunk and just play Halo like all over the house. It was awesome. It was so fun.
We had we had a spot out in Seffner. I don't know if you ever came out there. You might have one time.
Like, once or twice I did.
But we had the whole house wired.
Yes.
So the TV in the garage with the Xbox in the garage, the one on the big screen projector, his room, my old room.
Oh my God.
So we had all that, land up. Like, bruh,
Lucky.
that shit was playing Halo. Like, that was even more fun because like you like literally were all like in separate parts of the house.
And you would hear somebody yelling from the other side, "Oh, fucking Jack!" You're like, "Ooh,
Oh yeah,
something happened to him."
Nice.
No, that was the good old days, as they say. Oh, the good old days. Speaking of the good old days, you like how I did that transition? That's what we call in the business transition.
I'd say that's a segue.
Well, segue, right?
Segue, transition, same difference. Anyways, back in the day, Tony Hawk days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude. It's a remaster. That's the word that I look for. Yes.
1 and 2.
Which, by the
September
way,
Not
4th.
an HD.
the majority of the soundtrack is coming back too,
remaster.
including Superman and Lagwagon.
September 4th, buddy. September 4th.
Bro, and if
Dude,
they
I was all over that game back in the day.
and they
Oh, yeah.
better let me just have my own
was
fucking
addictive.
soundtrack in there like I used to have, like where
Yeah.
you can assign your own tracks or let it randomly play through. Bruh.
I still remember the first time I did Ollie in that game.
Dude,
It's like one of those weird memories I have.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why.
that's awesome.
Like, it's the first trick they teach you. Do the Ollie.
I think the only skating game I ever played was Skate or Die.
Skate
Yeah.
or die.
Dude, as a kid, I couldn't
Nintendo.
understand that game. I was terrible at
Skate
it. That game sucks.
or die.
But I might check out this Tony Hawk when it comes out because I'm a
it's
big
throwback,
I'm an
bro.
RPGer, so
that's-
I didn't really
that's like-
see that.
Oh, okay.
I heard it from
Me,
him.
I mean,
pure
he
arcade
saw me and
skateboarding.
Serge would
Him
play
and
that
Serge.
every so often, and Elliot. Yeah.
Shout out to Elliot.
But yeah, like we definitely used to fuck with that for a while.
Did you ever play Underground?
I played.
I liked
That
it.
was actually really
but
good. I like that one.
I liked Underground.
It definitely
I agree.
Yeah.
left a little bit to be desired. But also
I
in
just
that,
like the exploration in that.
in that same time though, around that same time era, sort of, Diablo 2.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
They got a remaster of that coming out.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Here's my worry about that though.
What is it?
The apparently Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is a remaster of the 90s real time strategy. That shit apparently did not go over too well.
No, it didn't go very well at all. I can tell you that firsthand because, I remember playing Warcraft 2. No, 3. I did play 2 and 3, and then we transitioned more to Diablo.
Yeah.
Diablo 1 and then 2.
Yeah.
And I remember playing Warcraft 3, and from what I seen, I didn't actually play it because I didn't want to pay that money for it. So playing Warcraft, seeing it on videos, you're like, ooh. I mean, they made the graphics prettier, but they made the game shittier.
Yeah. they fucked up some of the core mechanics of it, and fans were not happy.
Oh no!
So part of me is worried because I'm like, because I loved the Diablo 2. I spent hours.
God, we did so much.
I missed out on the second one, unfortunately. I didn't have a PC that was strong enough at the time, but I played the shit out of the first one.
We got by
yeah.
barely with the shit we had back
Yeah.
then. Trust me.
Barely.
It wasn't no feat. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, but it was fun. As shitty as it ran, it was still fun. That's the thing. Like, I remember playing that and like, I was not good at it per se. Like, I knew the general idea, but I didn't know the breakdown of the percentages and what you should kind of sort of build. And
Weren't you the witch doctor?
Huh?
You were the witch doctor.
That didn't have a witch doctor.
Oh, that's right, because that came in Lord of Destruction.
Though they had a druid and an assassin.
Yeah.
An assassin, she was a chick, and she had like guitars and shit. Like that was she was dope. She was dope.
I always
liked
play
her.
archer characters, so I was.
And the druid. The druid was dope because he could transform into like fucking werewolves and bears and shit.
Damn.
I was like, yo, I'm a bear.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that moment.
I don't know.
I can see his like mind being blown at the time. Like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck, I'm a bear.
dude. And the thing is, like, because I didn't know, like, there was, like, tanking and DPS and supporting. And I didn't know that shit back then, bro. I was more like, I kill shit. That's cool. I kill shit as a bear. That's
I'm
fucking
gonna go some
dope.
maul some shit.
Right?
It was fun. It was like you go to those random maps that people would make, like they would just drop loot, just drop.
Yeah,
just drop
yeah.
it,
People,
just drop
you
it.
get some
Piles of
nice
money.
people that just like, yo,
Yeah.
here's some shit. I'm like,
Here you go.
dope.
Nice.
Here's $1 million gold.
And the thing
Enjoy.
is, though,
Wow.
the thing is the replayability, though, the same druid, right? But then I had control over the earth, so I could like use vines to like hold people and shoot like stones at them and shit like that. I was like, that's really cool. Like you can play it like so many different ways, and so you would get like halfway through one character and you're like, well, fuck, I want to go back and try this like set of moves. Like that's what I did with the druid because he had the werewolf too, where I was running around fucking people up as a werewolf. Like, who doesn't want to do that as a kid who's like and loves fantasy and shit like that? Like, bro, I can be a werewolf.
American Werewolf in Paris and all that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm gonna go fuck somebody up right now. Rah!
But honestly, I share the same sentiment he does. I don't want them to ruin it like they did with Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
'Cause Diablo 2 is a great classic game to play.
Yeah.
Diablo 3 is great in its own sense, but 2 is like, I mean, you played 1, it was like, all right, cool, this is neat. 2 was more open because Diablo 1 was more you're going underground,
linear and
ground, underground. But Diablo 2 was more open deserts, and
Yeah.
See, I like Diablo 1. I have pretty fond memories of that just because
Yeah.
I like the dungeon crawling in that. And it was like you go down as far as you can and you don't go back up unless like you have a portal because it's going to take too long, So I like the challenge of that myself.
That was good.
It's also pretty nostalgic for me.
Speaking of nostalgia,
here it goes.
Nice segue.
so we passed Star Wars Day, so may the 4th be with you. Unfortunately, we didn't think about it when we had the show on the 1st. It is what it is. But
we sincerely apologize.
yeah, we do. Because I'm a big fan. I love me some Star Wars. There's a rumor that the Rebels series, the cartoon, which turned out to be surprisingly good, just like the Clone Wars, but the Clone Wars is way better. But Rebels is still just as good. They're rumored to get another season. It's possible. It might happen, or a sequel of the show. Because one of the main characters from Clone Wars and Rebels, Ahsoka, who is Anakin's Padawan, a.k.a. Darth Vader. Darth Vader had a Padawan back in the day. Yup.
What?
Yes. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Watch the Clone Wars cartoon. It's really good.
I know.
And it's canon. So it's legit.
Yeah.
And she is now being potentially, very likely, heavily brought to life in Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
So her, plus one of the other main characters from Rebels, Sabine, who is a Mandalorian herself, actually. Sabine. And she used to run the Mandalorians as one of the bigger groups of families of Mandalorians. She was ahead. Right. Did you watch the end of The Mandalorian?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay.
I need to. It's short as shit. I
so
have no
good,
excuse.
man.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, the thing is, all this shit ties together,
and
there's even potential talk of Boba Fett. And the original guy who played
actually,
Boba
I read
Fett,
earlier this week that Boba Fett was going to be in season 2.
the original actor too, him.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, which he was also Jango Fett in the fucking prequels. Because again, it's a clone.
Yeah.
He's a clone.
He makes
Boba Fett's a
his
clone,
son, right?
Yeah,
He's like his
He
son?
got he just got an unaltered version of himself, basically.
Okay.
So he doesn't speed grow and all that shit
That's
like
crazy.
the clones
Actually,
did.
gets raised
Dude, that's the thing. I gotta give, when you watch everything as a whole, it makes you appreciate some of the shittier shit from the past. I'm not gonna lie, the prequels are not
Way
the
above
best thing
racist
ever.
No.
But honestly, Clone Wars, the cartoon, and Rebels helped improve on what was laid before them.
Okay.
It's a very nice accent to what was done because they still faithfully tie in the shit and the way, and that's how strong the character Ahsoka is. They're bringing her to fucking live action, to the point she has that much of a fan base.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
You know what I like to see though
is, hold on. The other thing, too, is Hayden Christensen might apparently pop up, too.
Oh, hell no.
I would love
serious?
that. Like, as
Everybody-
shitty as he
you should
did,
love it, yeah.
I'm going to love it.
Because you know it's not going to be massive, like a big role. It's gonna be
Right.
Something where
He might be a Force ghost.
Yeah.
He might interact with
Force
Ahsoka
ghost.
for all we know. Who knows? I don't know. But, yeah. So, but what were you going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to say, what I'd like to see in the future, either as a cartoon or as live action, is something from the old
Republic.
Old Republic time period.
Yeah.
Like way back in the day. Like we're more up with the Sith, the background behind the Sith.
Sith?
Yeah.
Aren't they
Siths.
making? I want to say it's either a movie or a TV show based on the Knights of the Old Republic.
The
video game?
High Republic. I think it's a comic, though. I'm not sure. It was
Pretty
teased.
sure I heard like somewhere that we're going to be making
Yeah.
some kind of like
Yeah, because
Video.
that game was fun.
Okay.
Like if you're a big Star Wars fan, you would it's an MMORPG, and you just choose if you want to be in the good side or. And okay, you really can't say good or bad because it's perspective.
Right.
So
Because that's the thing, too. The more I've learned about the Sith by playing the video games and shit, I'm kind of like,
They had a point.
they ain't that wrong. Like, Like, some of this shit, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty fucked up, bro.
Honestly, that makes for the best villains. Ones that
Yeah.
have. I mean, we'll talk Truman Show later.
Yeah, that and, like, there's such thing as gray Jedis, where
Yeah.
they kind of do take some of the aspects of the Sith, but not the hardcore I kill everything type situations. More like, passion isn't that bad of a thing, as long as you can control it.
yeah, it's okay.
You know?
But
Having babies and shit, not a bad thing, Because the Jedi, you can't really. Jedi's like monks, basically. You're celibate, basically. You're not supposed to reproduce.
You're
The
not
only
supposed to
way they
swoosh
were
your
getting
saber.
Jedis is by finding
Can't swish around?
force sensitive kids. Chuck, you linked something earlier. Speaking of throwbacks, that thing you linked earlier. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it was a surprise announcement. I didn't even know this was coming out. New Paper Mario coming out. Paper
Oh, yeah,
Mario,
I seen
what was
that.
it called? Origami King, I think?
Yeah.
Yes,
That looks awesome.
Origami King.
I didn't play the...
Title.
makes sense though.
It makes sense.
I didn't play the original, but
I didn't play the original on Nintendo 64, but I played the GameCube one and the one on Wii. And the one on Wii was awesome. I loved it. I don't remember the actual title for it.
Title's heavily influenced by the Tiger King, I take it.
No, I mean, I honestly,
Something paper
it made
related.
sense to me because what's the most difficult level of paper? Origami.
True.
Or like, what's the most high def version of paper? Origami.
Origami.
What's the hardest?
I honestly
cat
might
to
actually
tame?
pre-order that one.
Tiger.
Sure. You're not wrong. Like, there's no argument
comes
there.
together.
I honestly haven't looked up a ton on it. But yeah, I think it comes out in June, I think. I could be wrong on that.
Switch?
I have to look that up. A Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm very much looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to Phantasy Star Online 2. Hopefully, comes with PlayStation 4. Right now it's on Xbox One.
Yo, fun little story. I think Jofer used to play with us. It was me, Jofer, Alan, and Ramon would play Phantasy Star in my room because you had the split screen, so you could all play together and shit. Like, you used to play shit after school, fucking, hours, bro. Fucking
Split screen was the thing.
hell yeah.
No, yeah.
I just looked it up real quick. Release date for Paper Mario was July 17th.
Ooh.
So it's right around the corner.
Nice. All right. So with that, yeah, we're good on time. So we'll actually go ahead and step into our first review for the evening.
Well, since Jofer hasn't made it here yet,
Yeah, we won't.
birthday shot for everybody since most of us were born in May.
Hey, I'm about
Joker was
to
born in May,
too, though.
I was
Yeah,
Right.
but he's late.
Right.
He's quite late, by the way.
Quite late. Super late. Yeah.
Chuck's in there.
We're
as well.
shooting
Pass it on.
All right, ready?
Screwball peanut butter whiskey tonight.
Dude,
All right.
I can't wait to see how this tastes.
I'm excited myself.
No burn at all.
Bro.
Right?
What the fuck, man?
It's so good.
Whoa.
Peanut butter.
No burn
Hey,
at all.
At least have peanut butter in it, too.
This, and I'm grabbing that shit.
Wow, that was
I should have grabbed some Santori time.
yo.
That's right.
We'll actually start with that because Jover's not here yet, and he picked fucking LA Confidential. So, yeah, the
good
bottle
time.
though. Show the fans.
Oh, it's incredible.
And where's the?
so good.
That's incredible, dude. Like, good find.
You can find that anywhere. I got mine from Publix Liquors. It was like $29.99 on sale. I don't know how much it costs anywhere else, but it's well worth it. I drank down to about there on my birthday.
I can't imagine.
It woke up barely hungover at all.
Dude, that's wild.
Because it doesn't burn, so I just kept drinking.
That's
Yeah.
what's crazy
No, that
about
shit
it.
is
There's
smooth as
zero
fuck.
burn.
Right.
It's just like all
Zero
peanut
burn.
butter.
It's 35%, so 70 proof.
And thing is, even with me, who I rarely drink liquor like that, like I only had a hint of a burn. Like it wasn't even anything. I was just like, it was like honestly like drinking like a soda or something.
Right. It
Like
doesn't
that type
taste
of a
like
burn,
artificial
you know?
peanut butter either. It tastes
Yeah.
like real peanut butter.
Yeah.
Honestly, it
Yeah,
reminded
dude,
me
yeah,
of
it was like-
Werther's a
That
little
tastes
bit.
faker than that shit.
I don't know why it had like a
great.
like Werther's.
It's more
They're good, but-
caramel, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a caramel taste from it.
Yeah, I got it now too. No, it's
Interesting.
settled in a little bit.
Maybe it's because I've been drinking this Reds.
I have something else for us tonight,
Strawberry.
too, since, birthday month and all that.
But yeah, so Lost in translation. Brother Latino Heat was on last episode. Check it out on Flow Ohio Radio. Check it out on the
Check it
Facebook
out.
page. You know what I'm saying? But he recommended this, so he gets to start the review because that's how we do shit.
Okay.
Go.
Well, Lost in Translation. Now, I originally when I went into it, I was thinking girly stuff, but I saw Bill Murray on it, so I was like, yeah, instant watch it.
Yeah.
So the first maybe 5 or 10 seconds is Scarlett Johansson's ass
Yes.
with the credits. I'm like, oh,
Yep. See-through pink
panties.
panties.
Panties. But
It's a fancy film, so those,
Yes,
those
it
aren't
is.
panties. They're
Sofia
panties.
Coppola's directorial debut, actually.
directorial debut.
Virgin
Oh,
Suicides was before that.
That was her directorial debut.
Virgin
Yeah,
Suicides.
after
makes
she
a lot of
fucked up
sense.
Godfather 3, she's like,
Wait,
nah, I'm not
wait,
going to do
Virgin
it.
Suicides was before that, wasn't it?
No, it's after it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You want to Google it?
Yeah.
I wanted to say that
Google
was
it.
the first one.
Google. Google.
Hold on, let me pull
Maybe I'm
up
wrong.
that tab.
Yeah, Google that.
Perhaps I'm wrong.
Google that
In
shit.
my mind, I was always thinking of it as their second film.
Speaking of which, did you know that Nicolas Cage is also Coppola?
He's
Did
like,
you know that he's also going to be Tiger King?
Yeah, yes.
That's a pretty amazing fit. I'm not going to lie.
That is
to
amazing. People.
you know he's not going to act like Joe
I
Exotic
wanted-
either. He's gonna do his
nah,
own
I
thing.
wanted-
It's Nicolas Cage. Playing a gay
I
guy.
want the Mandy version of him.
nah, man, I wanted what's his name? The dude from
Oh wow!
the curly-headed guy from Tropic Thunder. Shit.
the way that
He was in Pineapple Express as well.
So yeah, she
Seth
actually
Rogen?
did two.
No.
movies. That was a
I
short,
know
remember?
Seth Rogen, the other guy in the movie, the curly-headed guy. Thug Life.
Oh, Danny McBride?
Yes, he should have been
So-
Tiger King.
I could see that. I think that'd be better
I
fit,
felt
to
like
be honest.
I just like his personality, the way when he does his out there roles like that. Like
He would have been better choice.
I can't see.
It's
just
know what that
you can
was.
tell the people on the.
So in
yeah,
1999, The Virgin Suicides. In 2003, Lost in Translation.
Okay, so
okay.
second film still makes.
but
a
she
little
made a
sense.
short film before that too. So like, it's technically her second feature
Short film.
I can get into
Could've
And
that.
sworn.
also,
Because I knew a
Jason,
girl that had the Virgin
Yeah.
Suicide poster.
Oh, okay.
Jason
everything I know.
Schwartzman is also a Coppola, too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Or he's part of
Everybody's a
that family.
Coppola, man. Everybody.
If you're in Hollywood, yeah,
Yeah,
you're probably
family.
related somehow.
She
Somehow,
was in The
some way.
Godfather
3,
Yes, she played the daughter.
which also ruined it.
Yeah, she was terrible. Yeah,
I got to say, though,
so
the
terrible.
soundtrack for Lost in Translation was awesome.
I love
it.
that.
fits
Yeah.
so well.
That is one of the
French
favorite things about
pop.
that movie is the soundtrack.
They put
You can
Air,
just-
I
the
don't know,
band
New
Air.
Wave, I guess? Yeah.
When
Yeah.
she's walking through the temple, they're playing Lost in Kyoto by Air. It's perfect fit. I love that
Yeah.
album, too.
The whole fucking
Well, because she was in Kyoto at that time, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yes.
Which would make total sense.
That makes total sense.
So yeah,
So-
go ahead, Alf.
Alfie's got to go. Yeah,
So, anyways, this is I don't have to go. It's Friday night.
you gotta
Shit.
go.
Okay, so anyway,
Which Ice Cube shirt? It's dope as fuck, by
it's
the way.
obviously filmed in Japan, in Tokyo, and in Osaka and some other places. Very Japanese-ic, isk, I should say.
Japanese-ic.
Japanese-isk.
Japanese-esque.
So basically, the story is that we have two people. We have Bob Harris, who's played by Bill Murray, and we have I forget her name.
Scarlett. It's like
Scarlett.
it sounds like her name. Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Maybe?
Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Charlotte, who's with her husband, who's a photographer. And
Which,
they happenstance.
If you watched the one place I know everybody will know him from is Friends. He was, I think, Phoebe's husband or
He was also in My
boyfriend.
Name is Earl.
or something.
Oh yeah, that's where I knew him.
Yeah.
I knew him.
But he's in
something,
so much other
I don't
shit.
remember his
I know him
name.
from, though,
I
was
can't
Earl.
remember his name for the life
Yeah.
of me right
He's
now.
actually been in a lot of decent movies
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's the funny thing. It's
a lot of
just
small roles,
He
though.
gets he gets like the kind of like smaller role, and I feel bad because he's actually pretty good of an actor.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a good
but yeah,
supporting actor,
that
at
guy.
least. I mean,
I don't know his fucking name off the top of my head at
Yeah,
all.
me neither.
He's one of those. He's that face where you're like, I know you. I know your
I
name.
don't
though.
remember.
I'm like, dude, you're that dude in that thing with the fucking yes.
You got the Scream Girl, or not Scream? I'm
Right.
sorry, the
Anna
the
Faris.
parody.
Anna Faris, yeah.
Anna Faris is
Scary movie.
Small little role in that
Scary
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
She was pretty young in that one, though.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of them were really young in that movie.
That's true.
I know, right?
Except Bill Murray.
right. Bill Murray was
Murray's
the
age.
oldest person there.
Bill Murray's ageless.
Yeah,
He's gonna be
so
on his deathbed. We'll be like, he looks so young.
Right.
basically, it's Bill Murray's character doing, because he also sponsored Suntory whiskey
For a good time.
for a relaxing
Make it-
time.
or for relaxing time. That's what it is.
Make
Dude,
it
that scene
make
killed
it
me.
Suntory.
Suntory
Oh God,
time.
yes, that was funny.
But which one though?
The
I'm
one
talking about
The commercial.
the
Yeah, so
commercial.
I'm saying
one
he
where
has
the
two- he has
director,
two,
where
like,
the
two
director's
different
like
shoots.
talking at him, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Are you
she's
sure
like
that's all he
translating,
said?
like,
Are you sure?
look at
That's
the
sure?
camera. Yeah, like, it's like so basic.
camera?
Yeah,
More intensity.
more
I'm like,
intensity.
I'm like, he's like, what the hell? You just said all bunch of shit. So, but and then the photography part, I like when he was like, wait, you guys didn't get the Sean Connery drawings here? No. But yeah, so you have him doing his movies and ads, stuff like that. Well, you have Charlotte, who's kind of stuck in her hotel because her husband's going around doing photo shoots with
Right.
bands, and so they happen to stand to meet, and gets into some adventures. I like the karaoke part.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
that's a good
was, I would
scene.
love to do that one day. I did that one time in Ohio, and I swear to God, I was so bad at it. So bad. No, and I'll tell
That's
you
why
why.
you gotta get drunk
because
first.
I drove 17 hours from here to
were
Ohio,
fucking lit.
and my uncle
Yo.
took me out
That night?
Kinda like
Give
the,
me,
yeah,
the
we got
black
there.
cherry
He took me
one.
out that night,
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God,
oh my God, I'm
I'm special. So special.
I think I tried to
She did
do
a Pretender song, by the way.
yeah, but
Dude, that's the sexiest shit ever. When she has that wig on, that pink wig,
yeah,
and she's fucking singing to him, I was like, fuck.
and it always have those little moments like they were doing the karaoke and she's outside and he comes sits next to her and they smoke a cigarette together and it's all cutesy and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much it's just kind of like romantic, but not really romantic because they're married.
It's almost platonic. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, but they touch each other too in weird way. Like he touches her foot here and there, and like,
Yeah.
But they kiss in the elevator at the end, but they don't really.
Later on.
I think it's fascinating because it's like I don't think that they like their relationship's so deep. It almost is like beyond that.
exactly.
Like that's what I felt like when I was watching the movie, which is like really. I love it.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And of course, right?
Well, plus it's kind of creepy if they actually do consummate the thing.
yeah,
because he's a little older. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah, give me your cup.
one of those other shock points was when she invited him to this place called Orange, and it's a strip club. And he's
Yeah.
sitting there watching, and she walks in, sees the shit. He's like, "You want to go? Yeah, okay."
I love how he was like the way he was
Actually, no, it's Bourbon
looking
County.
at the stripper.
It's beer.
Yeah.
Asian.
Fucking
girls.
hilarious.
He'll reach out.
He
at
was
one
just
point.
total like honestly like he was just Bill Murray.
Bill Murray being Bill Murray.
Like and that's all he was.
That's all he has to
But to be honest, that movie would not have been the same with anybody
like-
else.
Right. No.
He's
I
the
agree.
only guy you
I
can
agree.
cast there. That's what makes an iconic role for me. Is like, could you imagine anybody else doing that?
Nah.
I couldn't.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
Nah.
I couldn't.
I thought Nicolas
do you want
Cage,
some of
but
this
nah.
It's bourbon barrel
That
aged.
would've
That would have been
You get a
actually.
taste.
That would have probably been a whole new level of like that would have epic
I got a cup over
take
here.
on
buddy.
it for sure.
All right. So Alf, what was your favorite scene though?
I think he said the karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke was one, and then just really like right at the end when he's leaving, and he happens to catch a glimpse of her walking down the little path,
Yes.
and he gets out and runs down to her, and he says something to her, and we don't know what he says.
Yes.
So that was it. Otherwise, but I love the whole aspect of it being in Japan.
What do you think he said to her? Like what? Like
What
if
do
you had to
think he said?
guess.
Well,
Like I mean, there's no right answer.
Okay,
but
so
it's
hold
like-
up, yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
So wait, there was no subtitles for that.
No,
There
I
was-
watched it with
So
subtitles.
they specifically because
specifically
when I
wrote it.
watched it, I had it kind of low, so I wasn't sure if like it was just because I had it low or if they specifically did that. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Appreciate that.
You're talking about the ending scene when he whispers, right?
Yeah.
I looked that up, by the way.
So,
And I pulled this
Do you
up.
know what it was?
I looked it up.
Oh, you did.
First of all, Bill Murray improvised that line.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
They told him to
it's not
improvise
written.
it.
So I don't count it as canon. Let's put it that way.
So
Yeah.
basically, what he says,
Like the way we were talking about Clone Wars.
and to be improvised, it's actually a really sweet thing. Like it's
It
really
is,
cool.
yeah.
He says, "I have to be leaving, but I won't let that come between us." Okay.
Yes, and she responds like, I mean, it's almost like there's like a burden to
A
lift
breath
off the
of
shoulders.
fresh air.
She's like, oh, like it's like she's like, okay,
But if that's what he said, then that kind of ruins it for me. Then
yeah, but that's what he said
know
on
about that.
set. But when she wrote the script, I don't count that as.
I count it
Personally,
if it's what
I don't
made
count
it to the screen. If that's what made it to the screen, I count.
Well, that's if you like
Because hold
enhance-
up, because
if you
hold up,
zoom
real
in
quick.
and fucking like
All
enhance.
right,
the sound and shit,
real quick. Sidebar, taking a quick turn to the right.
That's why I read subtitles.
Hold
That's
on.
how it's written, sir.
Right, but if we said that, the scene with Joker at Dark Knight when he blows up the hospital, that was improvised. We would lose that.
Yeah, but they kept it
Yeah.
in the film,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
it's in the subtitles.
Same thing.
So it's technically like a.
But there
part
was
of the
no
movie.
subtitles because he
There
just
was.
the way he acted.
Yeah, but when you
The
watch
how
the
it
movie,
was, it didn't blow up when it was supposed to. The building,
Right.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. If it was, it didn't.
Yeah,
it
but
blow-
they kept it in the movie because
right.
it
That's what I'm
works.
saying.
Yeah.
That's my take.
What they
from
kept
it.
in the movie
If
was
they
if you're
kept
just
it-
watching it, like if you're watching it even with the best sound system, you cannot hear what he says.
No.
until they enhance and fucking like really listen. Yeah, like
See, the ending to me.
going back to
enhanced
Truman
version of
Show.
it? No.
Going back to Truman Show, and he escapes, and they zoom in, enhance. See, that's like what I'm doing with the sound right now.
Well, see the ending with Lost in Translation for me kind of it makes sense in my head because you're in Japan, you can't understand a word anybody's saying. There's the only two characters you can pretty much understand, except for the few
Literally
people that
lost in
actually
translation.
literally lost in translation,
Literal,
Right.
and then the figurative.
and then you don't hear what they say at the end.
Yeah.
The
Right.
two English-speaking characters you don't hear at the end. That's what I liked about that.
It's like
Right.
very metaphoric in a sense.
Yeah.
It is,
and
yeah.
it's also like the absence from the corporatism all around him, because like there's a lot of themes with that going on with like corporatism and
She
like
Sophia did
getting
a really
away
good.
from it. All the best moments are like the free moments, that have
Right, when
nothing
they're
to do-
just being them.
when they're just running through the streets or
Having
they're
a
up in
good
their
time.
hotel room or whatever, and they're having a conversation. Like that's the stuff that really matters. That,
Right.
that like, and very much like the Truman Show, I made like a little connection in my mind. Like the Truman Show, when he walks, we're gonna talk about it later. But
Yeah.
when he walks through the door at the end into the and that's where like his privacy is hit. Like he reclaims his liberty.
Right.
And he's like, that's mine. You can't know what happens after that point. Same thing with that little whisper they give to each other, or that he
Okay.
gives to her. Like, I feel like that's their own private moment.
I see what you're saying because
Like,
I mean,
that's something that you can't have.
without
Like,
the
they're real enough
context,
characters. Yeah.
without the context, the scene is like 10,000 times better. With the context, it makes it a little for me.
Yeah.
What do you
For
mean?
me, we'll get
What
when we get
context?
to me. When we get to me, what
what's
he
the
just said, because what he gave us the quote that he said to her at that
Oh.
moment. So, like, I'm not saying it's bad. I appreciate that, and I think it's
But
great.
I feel like he can't lean in and go. So like he's saying something,
It
but it's
sounds
not
like he's
something that's
whispering,
supposed
yeah.
to be heard.
Exactly.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying.
Like, I
but
don't count it
I'll
as
explain
canon.
it once we get to my turn. What's your score, Alf?
So from a scale of 1 to 10, this is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So I'm gonna have to say it's about an 8.5, 9.
And obviously for you, since it's an older movie, it still holds up.
Exactly.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Chuck, you're
Chuck,
next.
you're up, buddy.
I bought this movie at a Walmart in a $5 bin years ago, back when it was, just
$5?
fresh and new.
Yeah.
I didn't open it, just never got around to watching it until the other day.
Wow,
For some reason, I just never got around to it. And it honestly surprised me how much I enjoyed that movie.
Dude, I love it. I thought you were not gonna like it.
No, it's a
I don't
slow.
know why.
It's a slower mover,
Yeah.
which I couldn't remember who picked it out. And to be honest, I thought you did because it is a slower move.
Yeah,
and I know
it
you
is
like
a
those.
movie I would pick. Yeah.
But yeah, it
Facts.
really surprised me. Once again, Bill Murray killed it. He's my favorite thing about that movie. I don't think anybody else would have been the same.
Facts.
My favorite scene is definitely the commercial scene when he's filming, and the director's yelling at him in Japanese.
Yeah.
These long sentences, just like, and she's the other.
Translator.
Yeah, the translator is saying like what it's saying. It's like, are you
like-
sure that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing more, right?
The way
Saying there. You
intensity.
sure?
It's like, you drinking whiskey? It's like, this is iced tea. I'll let you know when I have whiskey or something like that. Or, it's like, are you drinking? I am after this.
Yeah,
just like the
that
quick
seems
little
great, yes.
quips, one-liners had me rolling.
Yeah, man.
Bill Murray's my favorite, though. I absolutely love him.
He's the best.
And the soundtrack was perfect.
Phenomenal.
It was
Dude.
perfect. She really
True.
nailed it because she really captured the atmosphere of the movie with that.
True.
I was surprised with that
You know what?
too.
One thing I do like the hotel scene when she's standing over, looking out over the street. That track was good too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was
It was like that organ style.
even like the scene where she ends up kicking her foot in the hotel room and it's hurting. So Bill's character Bob actually takes her to the hospital, Japanese hospital.
Oh my God.
And he's sitting next to this old guy, and he just you know,
You sure it's
is
a
it
guy
woman?
or a girl? Because I
I said
can't
a
tell.
woman.
Dude, honestly, I have no fucking idea. I'm not sure.
That's the problem with those Asians. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, we got there early tonight.
Hey, so real quick, shout out to Shelby. What up to you? She said hi to us. So
Who?
Shelby.
What up, Shelby?
Hello,
up?
Shelby.
I love the car.
Thanks for watching.
You know the weird part though, real quick, to add to it, the Anna Faris character just
Yeah.
that was just weird.
To me, that just felt like Anna Faris, like playing herself.
So
Because she's pretty much the same thing in
here's
every
the
movie,
interesting
though.
thing about the movie is there's a lot of theories as to who these people really are.
Yeah.
And Sofia Coppola, she dated Spike Jonze, the director. And
Really?
The big speculation, yes.
I didn't
The
know
big
that.
speculation is that the guy she's dating, Scarlett Johansson's dating, is him, and she's the Scarlett Johansson character, and Bill Murray is Harrison Ford,
Oh,
and Cameron Diaz is the Anna Faris character.
Really?
Because Spike Jonze ends up with Cameron Diaz, and if you look at it, it's pretty spot on.
Spike Jonze is a
like-
pretty underrated director, by the way.
Yeah,
So wait, run that one back again.
So apparently she went to Tokyo with Spike Jonze, and they had a similar experience to this.
okay.
And it was like Anna Faris's character
Right.
was like Cameron Diaz in real life, and she wrote her as this Anna Faris character.
Interesting.
And then Harrison Ford played the Bill Murray role, and like apparently she had a thing with Harrison Ford that wasn't really, it was platonic, but she was kind of into him a little bit, but not really.
First
You know
world
what I'm saying?
celebrity problems.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for real,
Yeah, like
Right.
she's a rich girl, bro. She's in Japan, like
Interesting.
looking out from this
Please continue.
nice hotel room.
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
what are you giving it?
I'm probably going to give that like a 8.9. Just
8.9?
because it is a little slow. I think it'd benefit a little bit more. But honestly, I don't know. That shouldn't be a fast-paced movie at all.
Yeah, of course.
Because it is kind of, I don't know. Because they're for like a week, I think. It's supposed to be a week's time.
Well, it's a week, but he adds a few days, I think.
I think so,
It's
too.
something like that because you
Yeah, 'cause
see,
the
you
agent
see
comes out, like,
you
he
see
wants you to
probably
stay
like
till
5
Friday.
or 6 nights. Yeah.
yeah.
I honestly really like the relationship between Bob and Charlotte because it really develops over the time
Right.
frame of a hour and 42-minute movie. It really develops well. And
Yeah,
I
just
think
from
she
that
did a
one
great
free
job.
drink. Man.
And
Well, it's also
Right.
like
you also feel that real quick it holds up, obviously, correct?
I think it does, yeah.
Okay, because this is an older film, so
2003, I think you said.
it was our when we graduated high school.
yeah. Shout out, Nato.
That's how I remember it because it was the first movie for me where it was like a slower movie where I'm like, damn, I actually like it, and
Right.
it was I don't know, like it was
They-
like, oh, movies don't have to have moments of like, boom, bam, boom, like you don't have to have that. This is one
Right.
of those first movies where it was like,
It can like
oh shit, it can just simmer and it could be
smooth through.
yeah, it could be smooth. It could have like a certain mood.
They
to
did
it.
have that one action scene though.
Oh, with the BB gun? And yeah, that shit was hilarious, too.
I wonder what
Yeah.
the fuck that was.
I thought it was a BB
I
gun.
think it was a baby gun,
Yeah.
I don't know.
but an automatic PB gun.
To be
Every time
fair,
I watch
though,
it, I'm like, what exactly?
to be fair, I remember when that movie came out, watching the trailers, they really painted that as a chick flick, and
They
that's why I slept
did.
on it. And I bought it because it did so well, and so many people, loved it, and it was pretty renowned. But I thought it was a chick flick for the longest time.
Yeah.
Which I guess it kind of can be.
I mean,
But it's
a
more
little
of a
bit.
Yeah.
drama.
I think it's actually the most feminist of movies because, like, I mean, you got a female director, you got the female, I guess they call it the female gaze going on or whatever, where like you see, like in the like you said, the first shot is Scarlett Johansson's ass, but it's not sexualized necessarily. Like you're looking
not
at it
really.
and it's almost,
Comfortable.
it's oddly like
You enjoy
but
it.
I'm not thinking the thoughts I would normally be thinking when you think of a girl with see-through
But
panties.
she did a really good job of like painting Charlotte's loneliness and like
Yeah.
boredom.
Because
Like
like,
she
if
really
you think
did.
about it, half the movie she's like half naked a lot of time. Like she'll be in
Right,
a
she's
hotel
walking around
room,
with no pants on
She's
for the
looking
majority of the
over
movie.
here or whatever. You're not really thinking.
Have you ever thought of like
I
the
don't know.
current aspect that we're in right now? Like we're all stuck inside, and she's stuck inside.
Right.
She goes out once in a while, but
It fits perfect with us, like the loneliness that these characters feel, both
Yeah.
of them,
That's true, yeah.
and like I mean, they can't connect with. I think there's like a lot of
Yeah, but I mean,
corporatism going
even
on.
that to like with that going in together. I have something to say, but it will be when I get to me because I see what y'all saying, and I have similar views on it, but I also have my own. I like where this is going.
Okay. Just to sum it up, surprised the hell out of me. I really enjoyed that movie. I thought that was a really good choice.
All right,
Thank you.
Red.
Of course, Bill Murray.
What'd you
Big
rate it?
Red.
8.9.
8.9.
All right, so Red, you're up next.
I just love like my favorite part about the movie is like the fact that like the best moments of the movie are them getting away from the city. They're almost overwhelmed by the city. Like the first time you see Bill Murray, like he's driving in his limo and he's looking up at the lights, and it almost feels like he's like overwhelmed by everything that's going on around him. She's looking down at it, like kind of like feeling like she's outside of it, and you see like aspects of their loneliness, even with the people around him. Him calling his wife, and her with her boyfriend, and then like about 30 minutes in the movie, they meet each other.
Yeah,
and like you ever have those moments where you just click with somebody, and it's just like you can't. There's no way to explain it. There's something you both need, and you're there to fill it. And
right.
they kind of like...
They also had good chemistry in that movie, too.
Yeah, they did, man.
Bill Murray and Scarlett
And
Johansson.
the second they start talking to each other, it's like... And he's like a grumpy old man or whatever, but when she's around, he's like a kid again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like literally like, they're running through the city together.
Oh, shit. Hold on real quick.
What?
Shout out to the Joe. Apparently she had a stunt butt.
She had a what?
What now?
A stunt butt.
A stump butt?
Stunt butt.
Stunt butt.
That's not Scarlett Johansson's ass!
Apparently.
No, that's bullshit.
Joe.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
I'm
Shout
calling you
out to the Joe.
Whoever Joe is, I'm calling you out. It's not true. Because...
I trust the Joe.
No. Because
I've
Sophia
known Joe.
Coppola-
I've known the
Sophia-
Joe a
listen to
long
me.
time.
Is this your
Listen to
girl
me.
tonight, Red?
I remember hearing about this way back in the day. So, like the director at the opening shot when you see her ass, like Sophia Coppola actually had to make Scarlett Johansson be comfortable with the scene by putting the underwear on herself first and doing it. and
So
being
you're
like,
saying that's
"You just have to
Sophia
sit like
Coppola's
this."
ass?
No, not there. But like to get her to shoot it, like she had to like look. You need to.
Yo,
like,
what if that was Sophia Coppola's ass?
It's not.
That
I've-
changes.
but what if it
everything.
was?
She's been nude, by the way. Sophia Coppola.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Shout out to the Joe for sidetrack.
That's not her ass. Is what I'm saying.
Good job. You did good there,
Is this
sir.
the hills tonight?
But what was your favorite scene?
Favorite scene. God, that's hard to do, man. The karaoke scene,
Okay.
because I feel like they're actually able to go out in the world and like enjoy it because of each other. And I think that's what the point of the movie is. Honestly, is like you can't enjoy like all those lights and stuff. I went to Times Square once, one time, and I wanted to get out of there as fast as fucking possible. To be honest with you, because it was just like you're bombarded
Sensory
with.
overload?
Sensory
Dude, it's just
overload.
like you're just like fuck this shit. I don't know.
Right.
Everybody likes it and shit, and like people were excited to show it to me, but for me, I was like, this
guess
is
it's
like
great
the
if you have
last
ADD.
thing. This is the last place I want to be right now. I hated it,
I
and
want to be in an alley where it's dark.
I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, but I feel like they kind of help each other to actually enjoy that kind of an atmosphere a little
Right.
bit. So like I love that scene, the karaoke scene, and they're singing back and forth, and there's undertones going on with what they're doing.
Right.
They're looking in each other's eyes and shit, and there's a lot of passion there, a lot of I don't know. I love that scene.
And what do you give
The
it?
ending, man, like I'll never forget that ending, and you're like listening, you're like,
Right. Right.
I was like, and you're like, oh shit, that's their moment. That's not mine.
And that's why I'm glad
And you start making up things in
that
your head, like what did they say?
Well, it's like that's their moment. That's not
I
my
think
moment.
that was the best
Like,
decision
I think
she could have made at the end to make sure that
Goonies.
you couldn't hear what
Yeah.
they
It's
said.
our time.
Because
it's our time down here.
corporate Hollywood, what they would want to give you those lines. He'd say,
Corporate Hollywood.
I'll be-
Her dad's Francis Ford Coppola. That's pretty corporate Hollywood.
it is
Big time.
Well, what's funny too is like her style of direction, like compared to her father's, is so different.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
it's pretty evident.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So what are you giving it?
It's got to be above a 9.5. I'll say a 9.7.
Okay. All right.
She does really well with like a lot of feminine subtlety in that movie.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, and the thing is like it's a female perspective that lacks in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And,
totally
like,
agree.
And I'm not like the ultra woke, whatever, feminist dude or
Right,
whatever, but
right.
like I love the fact that when a medium can you can have all those different type of perspectives.
Yeah.
That's a different perspective.
But
man.
she
That's
also
a perspective
didn't-
I would never be able to give, or you would never be able to give.
But she doesn't do it like a lot of female directors do now. She didn't cram it down your throat.
It's not like Marvel
you know?
movies where they're like, girl power.
It's overly sexualized.
Like,
that's the thing.
Where there's like a Nike commercial at the end of Captain Marvel, essentially. Like, you don't have to go that far. Or like at the end of Avengers, pass it off to the girls and let's go get them. Like that fucking weird shit. You're like,
hashtag me too.
It's like so fucking like they're catering to a fucking audience in such a nasty way. But this is actual feminism. This is a woman being a woman.
Exactly.
Making a movie that women would like, and that actually dudes will like because it's real. She's writing characters that are real. Like, that's a real, like... And the thing is, like, you empathize a little bit with her boyfriend, where, like, he's like, look, I'm here to work. I told you.
Right.
Like, he sucks, don't get me wrong, but it's also, like...
Right.
It's
a little bit.
He's a little bit... You know, if you had Scarlett Johansson like that, I mean, I'm not just, like...
Yeah, but this is young Scarlett.
Like, when she wakes him up and he's like,
this isn't Black
so
Widow.
Then he falls right back asleep.
Right.
That was a funny scene, too.
I think I would do it with a little bit less sleep that night, you know what I'm saying? But, like, at the same time, like, you kind of get him in a way where it's like, dude, I think she needs a little bit more than he can give her.
At the
You know what I'm
moment.
saying?
Right.
And, like,
Timing.
they're just not right together.
Yeah, timing.
Yeah.
So, all right, my turn. All right, check it out.
You've been waiting for this.
Check it out. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Okay. We're just gonna get that out the way. I enjoyed it.
He's like,
That was a good flick.
let me taste it.
But
Uh-oh. Here comes Bo.
But
Takes.
I feel like a little bit to me, like I feel like it was an art project.
And it probably was.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it went like you was really pushing for that, like, that artsy feel in a sense.
I bet you do.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it was pushed a little bit. I feel like it was a glorified, tourist advertisement for Japan.
It's her love story to Tokyo, as she
Right. And if that's the case, that's cool. I get it.
very stereotypical.
Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but just from a different perspective, I was just like, all right, get it. Yeah, it's Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. It was
It's Tokyo
beautiful shots.
Hey, and Godzilla wasn't in it.
Not all
And
Japan's like
Kyoto.
Tokyo.
And Kyoto, which shout out to that because that shit
It
was
was
cool.
beautiful. I want to
Like, yeah, it all was beautiful.
The husband and wife walking up with the umbrella and
The
shit.
minimalist
Yeah.
style, by the way, like the
And that's-
lighting outside.
And
was
that's
on
the
that.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall, it was a minimalist movie because I felt like I wanted to see a little bit more interaction between them than I got. Maybe I'm a little selfish.
Maybe I like to see 50-year-old men having sex.
Not
with
even that. No,
18-year-old girls.
no. Not even that. Don't even go
20.
there. No, I just
Once
mean
again, I'm
more.
afraid to see your service.
More of them interacting together.
I
Like,
got you, yeah.
it's not even on the sexual level. Like, that's whatever.
But
like,
the thing that wasn't overly sexualized at all.
right?
what's so
Exactly.
amazing about
Nah.
it.
Well, hold on. Let me.
I'm-
Come on.
go-
Let me
go.
have my.
Bo, I
time.
think that's what's
I'm not-
amazing about it.
Let
I'm
me
not
have
the
my
You can't
time.
speak, Bo. You're not the host
Let
or
me
anything.
have
Not
my time.
maligning you at all.
Let me have my time.
Go ahead.
All right. I feel like, because one, it was speaking on a lot of like forbidden shit, like, because that shit ain't gonna pass in the States.
That's true. There was a sense of taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of it, they were having the same midlife crisis in different parts of their lives. Like, she was
Yes.
having a midlife crisis early on in her life.
Preach.
Maybe even a pre-life crisis, because she was starting her life.
But see,
Because she only had been married for 2
They're
years.
different stages, but they're the same feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
see-
the same exact situation in different
The
time
same
spans.
feelings of loneliness. And,
Yeah.
I kind of felt for her character because she didn't know what she wanted to do.
Right.
And I, in my
Exactly.
30s, and I still don't know what I'm
And
going
that's
to do.
the thing,
you
is
know?
with him, he knows what he wants to do,
Cocaine hookers.
but he's not necessarily with it, Like, you can almost see he's kind of questioning himself in the sense of, like, is this what I really want to do? As much as he was having fun with the shoot.
I mean, he did get with the singer girl.
And that's the other
Yeah,
thing,
that's
too.
the other one to touch on, too.
Dude, that was amazing because like the night he had like really good like he went to his wife the night
Yeah.
of the karaoke. He called his wife and she's like, "Why don't you just stay in Japan if you want to?"
Exactly.
And he's like,
And I think
"Fuck
that's what
this."
nudged him over
And then
to
he
do
goes to the.
Goes to the bar, have a drink.
I love this singer, by the way. Like, she's hilarious to me. She's like walking through the hotel or walking through his room, like fucking singing those songs, and he's like,
Shit.
But to be honest, I'm glad that he didn't sleep with Scarlett Johansson's character because that would have
man.
taken away from the movie, in my
I
opinion.
agree.
It would have added
Yeah.
a sense of
Yeah, no,
creepiness
and
to
made
it.
it like traditional fare.
Well, here, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like,
It would've been
I
kinda
agree
odd.
with that. I agree with that a lot. Actually, but I just feel like they should have had more time with them. Like, I get that you want to bring into focus the beautiful land that is Tokyo and Kyoto and any other place they may have shot. Like, I get it, but I want to see more interaction because they just were fun together to see. Like you said earlier, the chemistry, but also the consistent confusion of what they know what they want, but they don't know what they want. Like how she was upset because he slept with the other chick.
Oh, that scene was funny when they were at the restaurant.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh shit, she was kind of feeling him a little bit.
Yeah,
like
there was
that.
a sense of bitterness there when they were at the restaurant.
Because she even made the kind of joke, like it was a sarcastic joke, but she was kind of also like,
it was a hurt sarcastic. You know.
Like, yo, was it because we can't have that much in common? I was like, damn, you saw it right now.
To me, that kind of shows. I don't know. This is not my hill by any means.
Yeah.
But it shows a little character on Bill Murray's character, Bob Harris, because he didn't sleep with the younger girl. Not that I condone cheating on that like that, but like he chose to sleep with the older woman and not the younger girl.
Right.
Because I guess that shows like he kind of...
Was that moment of weakness?
Yeah, it was a moment of weakness. But
you know, the wife at home didn't give a shit about him.
Right.
And he's like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go get a bar drink. Boom. Redhead shows up.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, it just...
Which, by the way, I love how they even put Atlanta Rhythm section in there. They're playing So Into You. I love that song, and it was such a random song to put in there, but it's so fitting and perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, I love it too. I love that part.
Dude, when
they're just sitting there looking at each other.
In the hotel and like that song's in the background.
The song's perfect.
You see the cityscape in the background.
Man.
Yeah.
It's as good as it gets.
You know, one thing, a little side thing I like too, real quick.
Same year.
Yeah. Right at the end, when he's leaving the hotel and he calls Charlotte's room and that blonde chick walks up. And you see her walk up, she walks away. And then he goes up to the people and starts saying goodbye. She walks up and says, "Hey, I know you." And then Scarlett...
Yeah, it's like this bombshell blonde woman
bye.
in high heels. Yeah, he just blows her off.
He wasn't even playing. He wasn't fucking around it. And like, that's the other thing, too, is that's when I was mentioning earlier about the ending, how that's why I was kind of like wanting to make sure, like, was it, specifically, muffled or inaudible,
Oh, it was for sure purpose.
because, I had initially thought, like, because they had that kind of almost passionate kiss in a sense, but then
Where?
at the end of the movie,
Right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
they actually kiss, like legit kiss. And here's the thing: in my mind, what I had painted it to be was that what he told her, and she had that smile, was, see, it wouldn't have worked. Like, I suck, at kissing, like something in the realm of his sarcasm,
Right.
But kind of showing her like it's good we didn't cross that line, and that's why she laughed about it and smiled as they went. When he gave us the context, the alleged context that you're saying you don't count, that's why I was like, it kind of ruined it, because what he said makes it seem like, oh, we gonna keep this shit going. You know what I'm saying?
I'll meet you at home.
But you know how the way in the Truman Show he walks out and you don't see him embrace Sylvia.
Right.
I feel like it's the same thing with this. It's like,
Well, because
you're not
she wasn't even there yet.
As an audience member, we're not entitled to see that because that's their own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, without the context, that's why I liked it. I was like,
Yeah.
cool. Without the context, you can kind of almost put it how you may think in your head, and that's cool. But with the context, it was just kind of like, well, damn, so that kind of means like they might keep in contact, and
That's booty call.
Maybe not.
So,
maybe
but
fuck yourself.
favorite scene though.
Mark Wahlberg departed there.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Favorite scene.
I love that scene, bro.
Honestly, the awkward dinner that she was having with Anna Faris and her, like, that shit was fucking...
That was hilarious.
That fourth guy kind of looked a little bit like Jason Bateman for a second, too.
A little bit, yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he like a younger version of him.
When she's like, I'm not anorexic. I just
Right.
when I eat, I just have a high metabolism.
My dad
Right.
was anorexic.
Right.
That whole scene.
So I take it a little personally.
Oh.
Like, the whole thing about it, man. That shit was great. I loved it. But also, it showed their little, friendship again,
You could sense how bored she was in that scene,
Right.
too. She did not want to be there.
He's like, you want to listen to hip hop?
That shit.
That's what's so funny.
You listen to hip hop?
You listen to him. I was just like, what?
I layered it like God. So yeah, that. But like I said, I mean, it's a good movie. It's just to me, I felt like I would have enjoyed to see a little bit more of them together, not in a sexual way, but just more like they seem like fun. Like I want to see what else other shit they could get into in a sense.
You do get a sense of that when they're running around Japan.
Yeah.
And they're, he's leading her by the hand. They're running through the streets and all that. That's probably
Remember
my
his
second
billboard
favorite
came up?
scene.
And he's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole all that. I thought it would have been fun to see other.
I just want to know how much of that
misadventures.
movie was improv.
It had to
Just
be a
because Bill
good
Murray's
chunk.
one of the best at improv.
Yeah.
I want to know how much he made up and how
could
much was actually
imagine-
scripted.
Well, that scene where they were in the hospital, I guarantee that
Oh,
was fucking.
yeah.
That shit was
because
hilarious.
the two
They put her
ladies in
next
the
to-
back,
Lost
the
it.
ladies in the back were fucking dying,
Yep.
bro. Like they could.
He's like making this noise and drawing a circle.
Yeah,
there he is.
like that dude, like the actual like old Asian dude, like he probably wasn't really that aware that it was being recorded for a film. He probably thought it was maybe some like local show or some shit or whatever. But they were going in. Like the two ladies in the back, you can go back and see them, and they're like dying. They can't hold it together
That's not good.
at all. Like this shit was fucking hilarious, bro. I was that that scene right there also was another good one. But Bodega Pirate in the building. What up, man? Let me turn your mic on. Let me do that. There you go. Your mic's on now.
Test. Mm-hmm. All right.
So, but yeah, I guarantee that was definitely an improv scene. And I'm gonna give it a good 8. It's definitely a solid movie.
It's higher than I thought you would, to be honest.
would you consider it a date movie? Like,
Possibly.
I would, yeah.
Oh yeah, all the way.
Oh, yeah.
What the shit?
What the
The
shit?
Space Pirates here.
Bodega Pirate.
Bodega Pirate.
Space Bodega Pirate.
Space Bodega Pirate.
Yeah, no, it still holds up pretty well. Because it shows that, even though there's a generational gap, again, the timing, their lives were the same, but in two different.
It's so
chunks of
crazy
time.
though, because when he fucks the girl that's singing at the bar, like she gets jealous after. But then it's like when they meet outside, when the fire alarm goes off, they're like, she's like, "Why was I so jealous?" Like you see, like there's something in her mind where it's like, "I want this to be more than it is, but it's not."
But it's endearing
Yeah,
at the
she's
same
like-
time.
It's
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like
it's there's you can't really define it. You can't put like a, which is beautiful. Like you
Yeah.
can't put a label on it. Yeah.
All right, so
Besties.
we are going to take it into the next
Well,
review.
What's Jofer's rating on that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joker. Yeah,
Oh.
it's our first movie.
so Lost in Translation, I
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite scene to me has to be the ending. All right, and it's only because, and Big Red knows how I feel about this. Like, I need my movies to have resolutions. I need them to have a finite end, like a period. And to me, it just was so captivating because every motherfucker wants to know what was it that she whispered in his ear before they parted ways.
He
Yep.
whispered, yeah.
And we talked about that,
like
too.
that's so like enraging but captivating, and it just like it leaves up so much to the imagination that these two people found themselves like utterly like they were lost and they found each other basically.
Right.
That's my favorite scene. My rating on this one would probably have to be an 8.5.
Okay.
That's solid, yeah.
All right.
Pretty high rating.
Yeah.
I have to say, before I came into the show, I was like, "This is the best." I didn't pick not one of these movies, and this is my favorite show that I did not pick between Lost in Translation, Truman Show,
And
and L.A. Confidential.
Honestly, I think
Shit.
this is probably my
Amazing.
personal highest rated show, like out of the movies go.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue.
have y'all rated LA yet or no?
No,
No,
it's
this-
your
that
pick,
was our
man.
first movie,
Appreciate it.
so-
I
We're waiting for
appreciate
you
it.
to come on,
I
buddy.
appreciate that. All right.
But we're going to leave that one for last. We're going to go into the
Last?
Truman Show.
All right.
Truman Show.
Who picked that one?
That was
was
this
Chucky.
guy
That
here.
was me.
No, it was
Oh,
Chucky.
wait. Was it Chuck?
It
Oh,
was
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
It was
okay.
Chucky B.
I'm
So,
sorry.
To be
Chucky
fair,
B?
this
Yeah,
is
Chuck.
the first time I'd seen this
Oh,
movie since theaters.
Oh,
So that
wow.
was 1998, I believe.
No
Okay.
shit.
And it holds up so well.
Yeah.
It
No,
absolutely
you're right,
does.
98. You're right.
And once again, same thing with Bill Murray in Lost in Translation. It would not be the same with anybody else. Jim Carrey was perfect for that role.
Side note, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off,
no,
Chuck,
you're good.
but one
I'll
other
let you-
thing
I'm gonna
was
let you finish.
is
I'm gonna let you finish, but first,
Bill
Shout out to Dennis
fucking Murray got
Villeneuve.
robbed that year for
agree.
Oscar.
oh yeah,
Like,
Dude,
dude,
thank you, man.
And it was, dude, and he was such a classy dude about it, dude.
Well, who
because,
won that year? Do you remember?
I forgot, but like,
It
dude,
was-
it was such classiness, like, dude, because you just see him like, dude, like he knows that this is one of his last moments to take the shot, and he's like, okay, this is me, I'm done. He just gracefully gets up and leaves, starts making his way out. And I forgot who it was, dude, but they also had like the astounding class because they're like, I'm sorry, and then he stops him. He's like, no, Bill, like any other year, man, any other year, this would have been you, and I'm so sorry. If there's anybody that deserves this Oscar, it's you. And then he's like, please take a bow. Fucking Bill fucking Murray.
Bill fucking
See, I'm
Murray
biased because Bill
takes-
Murray's my favorite.
Dude,
I
he
love him.
takes a bow, calls it a night, and then just fucking parts ways.
Oh, by the way, guys,
Sean
really quick.
Penn for Mystic River.
That's who it was. Yeah, okay.
That's a tough
Real
one. to
quick
go
side
against,
note,
though.
right now at this very moment, I think Bill Murray versus Guy Fieri making the best nachos.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard there's a nacho off
know
between
what
both.
Nacho
Nacho
off.
contest.
There's a nacho
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Nacho off.
I don't know anything about that, but I'm
The
curious.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives guy, him,
Yeah, I know he is.
and Bill Murray.
Flavor
Bill
Town?
fucking Murray.
Making
Yeah.
the best nachos.
Yes.
I didn't hear.
I don't know why.
Oh,
But
is
it
he
makes
take
But
some
yeah,
Murray
Bill
to
Murray
Flavor
should have
Town?
won that over Sean Penn. And
Yeah, you're right.
I've seen Mystic River. I like Sean Penn's a good actor. I think he's a weirdo, but he's a
He's
good
kind of a
actor.
douche in real life.
Yeah,
but-
he
he's
is.
terrible in real life, but he's
Total
a good
douche.
actor. But anyway,
Jesus.
Total
yeah, fuck Sean Penn.
Right. I don't co-sign this. I don't know anything about it.
Bill Murray. Get the
I like to
thumbs up.
keep it that way. You know. But all right. So
Yes, Truman Show.
Truman Show.
It's funny watching
Take it away,
compared to as a kid to now.
Facts.
It's funny because you see like all the hidden cameras hidden. Like the neighbor is holding the trash can with the blatant camera in there. You just see it. And obviously, I'm not going to get to the whole correlation between that and surveillance state. Not going there. We're not
Why?
political. We're not
Why
political.
not? That's what we
No.
need to do.
no.
That's what it's about.
Actually, I actually have an. I
He has a
Just,
theory.
yeah,
That's
Go
a
ahead.
completely different political show that we're not.
yeah.
God, I gotta
Because
change,
actually,
I gotta change everything I say.
Unless you look,
Basically, I'm just gonna go. It's good.
That's
Well-
Big Red's and that's Big Red's review.
Very good.
it can go a lot of different ways, and we'll see if anybody hits what I was
Picks up
seeing.
on that. Okay. All
but
right, but
yeah,
continue.
I
Chuck,
love
sorry.
his subtle awakening throughout the entire movie. How he's starting to put pieces together. How what's his wife's name again? I'm sure I'm drawing a blank on it.
It's Laura Linney.
Yeah,
But I mean, like her character's name.
Jane, Joyce,
It's
some
like
shit
M.
like
It
that.
starts with an M. Meryl.
Yes,
Meryl, yeah, Meryl,
Meryl.
yeah.
How she's like
Marlon's the friend. Meryl's the wife.
Right.
You're right.
how she's blatantly putting like plugs out there for like that knife cutter thing.
Yeah.
Then the
The
cocoa
chocolate,
beans.
yeah.
It's just blatant like product plugs, and he's just like, "Who are you talking to? Like, what is this?"
That's the best
When he
scene.
starts to lose
That's one
his
of the
shit
best
that
scenes, by the
day.
way. He's like,
He really looks at it, he's like, who are you talking to right now? Like,
goes,
why are you telling me this right
"Why
now?
are you saying that?" He goes, "Who are you talking to?"
It's funny because like he's this well-loved guy. He has no idea how respected and loved he is in their town, fake town, whatever.
Yeah.
He's this insurance salesman or not?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Insurance
an insurance
salesman.
That
salesman.
town's in
salesman.
Florida, by the way.
Seaside, Florida. That's right. I looked that up.
At the Panhandle.
Yep. And
Fucking panhandle.
I want to go just to see it.
it looks like I thought it was New England. It kind of looks like a New England town.
Yeah,
a
it
little
does.
bit.
Yes.
That's kind of what threw me off a
They
little
call
bit.
it. Oh, shit, I don't want to fuck it up, but they call it like a planned community or some shit like that.
Planned.
It's basically
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what Celebration was.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that
okay.
type of shit.
Yeah, it's like really.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, cookie
Yeah.
cutter type, Stepford wife type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
hate that shit myself, but
Continue.
Preach.
yeah, Jim Carrey nailed it. Honestly, I love Jim Carrey. I don't care. A lot of people don't. I think he's a very good actor with a lot of range when he wants to act.
And fuck those that don't.
Seriously.
No,
I'm
between that
sorry.
and the
I don't
Majestic-
normally
Turn
say
it off
this.
right now.
I'm
Dislike us.
pretty
Hey,
neutral.
No, don't do that.
leave a comment
like
about how much
Jim
we suck. You
Carrey.
fucking suck my dick though.
You gonna go somewhere?
Piece of shit.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. You
The
leave him
show's-
alone.
Well, because this was '98, so he's well known for Ace Ventura,
His
The Mask,
raunchy
the
physical
crazy
comedy.
physical
Liar,
comedy,
liar, just
which
like
he,
now.
If I'm not
Liar, Liar,
mistaken,
which was
I-
starting to get a little more dramatic, but not overly so.
No, it was
What are
like
you doing in number
just a
23?
hair,
This
just
was the
a hair
first
of like seriousness of
Right.
dramatic. But no, I think this was his first dramatic role.
Right. It was like a drama, but Jim
Yeah.
Carrey makes everything funny, so
Yeah.
you get that, as part of it.
You get the dash
a
of
tip.
comedicness that you need to make that serious movie not be so fucking
Serious.
depressing.
No, I
Exactly.
think what it is that his comedic timing is what didn't alienate people because everybody
Right.
thought, oh, it's a Jim Carrey movie, dead ass. That's what I first thought too. I was like, oh my god, like they're gonna put this guy in cameras and he's just gonna act like a fool. And
Which
literally,
you see a little bit of it,
Yeah.
especially in the scene where he's starting to lose his shit a little bit, and he's driving around the town thinking like, "Oh, we're gonna go to New Orleans."
Yeah.
he
Dude,
goes
that's
down
the
the
best
street.
scene. That's my
I
favorite
love
scene.
it. And the traffic blocks up, so he's like, "Oh, we're gonna stay here forever.
Yeah.
Let's go to this place." And he drives around the circle again, goes back down the same loop or same
goes-
road. Oh wow, no traffic. That's amazing. So you see a little bit of classic Jim Carrey there. He's kind of
Yeah.
losing it. It seems like Ace Ventura moment, But then you see the rest of the movie. He's got this dynamic range of just pure seriousness, like he's awakening to a situation. And you see his range in that and The Majestic as well, which was a pretty underrated
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably
That
his
was-
best serious movie, in my opinion.
I think Eternal Sunshine. That's my personal.
well, that's a
God.
dark comedy in my.
I need to
opinion.
rewatch
But,
that.
I mean,
It's been a
that's
long
my favorite
time.
role of his. What I'm saying.
I honestly don't remember much of that movie. I need to rewatch
Solid.
that one.
Oh, you need
Do I
to
have
do,
to recommend
yeah.
that? Damn it.
I don't know. It depends on where we go at the end of this episode.
I think that movie holds up very well. I don't know about a favorite scene, though. That's really hard to choose.
All right.
There's a lot.
Probably when his radio in his car starts malfunctioning, then he hears like the director, or not director, but like
Yeah.
some
The
producer.
captain,
He's
some
like, "Oh, he's
producer.
turning left
That's
on
where
this
Yeah.
street,"
That's
Yeah.
where the movie takes a turn for me, where I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he's realizing like they're watching me. How do they know where I'm going? And he's running around the town all paranoid.
He almost hits
He-
that lady. He's like, shit. Like,
Right.
And then he goes, a safe driver is a what? And then he's like, oh, I'm supposed to answer that. And he's like, wait a second.
Or what about the elevator
weird.
scene too?
Exactly, because he's running around the
Ooh.
town
Yeah.
like he's not going straight to work. He's running around looking at everything. Like everybody's just acting normal.
Yeah.
Normal, I guess.
Yeah.
And
And
when he breaks out of his routine, that like he starts to see the cracks.
yeah,
And it's very, dude, so analogous to actual real life.
Yeah, there's a lot, and,
Definitely
and yeah. What's your legit favorite scene? Because we got a
that
lot
scene.
of
That scene in
Okay.
particular,
Which
because
one?
he's running through, he sees the elevator in the building, and behind the elevator, there's the
That's
actors.
it.
You
just-
get
Yeah.
that,
it's a set.
that
The actors
that,
are
that
sitting back
glimpse.
there.
Practice actors,
Yeah.
Not going there. I could,
yeah.
but I'm not going there.
What? Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
Red's dying over here. I'm ignoring him.
sorry.
Go ahead.
That's funny.
And he runs
ahead.
out. He's looking around. He runs out. He gets thrown to the building. He like smacks that guy in the ass with the
Yes.
his briefcase.
That was hilarious, actually.
And he's just wondering what the hell's going on. And the whole scene I love because he's just starting to realize like something's not right here, And then eventually he starts realizing it's all fake and
Right.
breaks out. But that's my favorite scene. I think this movie holds up really well for something from 1998. I don't remember who directed it, but fun fact actually,
Peter Ware, I want to say.
Yeah.
Peter Weir, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the two brothers, by the way, the twins are actual cops in Seaside, Florida.
No shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I
That's
think they're
interesting.
lieutenants or something.
They
I
would
don't
push
remember.
him. So, fun fact: when I was a kid, I didn't know why they were pushing him against the wall. But when I rewatched it right now, they're pushing because like the poster, like it's like an advertisement.
You didn't notice
Yep.
that? Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
was a kid, I didn't notice it.
Yep.
I didn't know. I was like, oh, they're just being weird.
That was, I think, my second watch where I picked up on that.
I mean, I haven't seen it to be honest in years, but like when I was a kid, I did not pick up on that. It was this recent viewing where I'm like, oh wow, they're really that's how corporate it all is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I also wonder how much of that is improv too, because Jim Carrey can improv. We all know this.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I don't
fact.
know how much of that is actually scripted.
But what's your score though?
That movie is one of my favorite movies, and this rewatch kind of cemented that.